Hi. All righty, all righty, all righty. Hope everybody's day is going well. Hope your day is going well. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in here. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. All right. I know some of you guys are about to take your lunch or on lunch, maybe already. We're not going to be on long, but I am excited to kind of share some stuff with you that I think will be helpful, especially as we get ready to go into 2025 and kind of getting all your, kind of getting all your stuff on track, getting your goals on track, and kind of knowing where you are and where you want to be. So I'm excited about that. Go ahead and share this live with a few people. Tell me where you getting on from. Who's on today? Say hey, and what city? What city? What city? What city? Where you logging on from? Go ahead and share the city that you're logging on from. So I'm excited. So we're gonna get into it really quickly. So I'm going to pray. How about that? Father, we thank you, Lord, right now for your goodness. We thank you for your mercy. We thank you for your loving kindness. We thank you, Lord, that we know that all the plans for us that you have for us are big plans. They're good plans. They're prosperous plans. They're abundant plans. God, I thank you that it is your plan for us to continue to increase in every area, every season, every year, every decade, every month, every day of our lives. God, I thank you, Lord, right now for new strategies, new ideas, new concepts, new anointings, the ability to implement, to execute, to walk out, to stay consistent. You said in your word that the hand of the diligent shall bear rule. And God, I thank you for a rulership anointing right now in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. So I'm excited you guys are on here today. I wanted to just kind of come on and do a quick lunch and learn. Okay. It's technically what we call this, a lunch and learn in the middle of the day, taking some time while you're maybe hopefully on break, just to kind of to sit down and kind of let's just chop it up a little bit. So when I looked at, I've been in business for a long time and I've been blessed to do very well in business. But when I looked at, kind of the economic patterns of what's happening in the world, and then my own economic patterns. And every time I got ready, hey, honey, every time I got ready to go into another economic era or experience significant amounts of increase, it usually was because I made a decision to learn, right? It always had to do with me learning something, engaging there. And I've got definitely an obsessive personality that if I'm turned on, I am turned on. Like this is all I'm doing. And in 2016, 17, I got heavily involved in crypto. I mean, I ate it, I drank it, I slept it. I was just fascinated with the technology. I was fascinated with the innovation of it. I was fascinated with how fast it was moving. And I was definitely very fascinated at how it was going to change how we interact with everything from transactions to making purchases, supply chains. I mean, I was just really fascinated at how I really felt like cryptocurrency was going to change everything about our economies and how we do business and how fast we do business and so on and so forth. And so I betted on it because it's not like I understood everything, because I'm not about to tell you I understood everything. I just understood enough to know that I was where I needed to be and that I needed to start accumulating it as I learned. I didn't know everything, but I knew, I was like, hey, I got to learn as I go. Just, keep learning as I go. And as I'm learning, I'm going to keep, buying Bitcoin, sometimes large amounts, sometimes small amounts, $50 here, $100 here. And what I've learned about becoming wealthy is really, it's a lot about compounded interest. It's not just what you do every now and again, but it's how you consistently move over and over again. And so when I saw that the election fell the way that the election fell, and I looked at how the markets were moving, I was looking at how your boy Elon Musk I mean, my God, $50 billion within, I want to say it was like a 48-hour situation, that he grew $50 billion. I looked at my own personal portfolio with Bitcoin, which is very grateful to the Lord for that. And then looked at some of the stocks that, we had been investing in and looking at how they grew. And I was like, I've really played in all the asset classes. And if you follow me, I'm also now very heavy on the real estate. But as I was looking at the markets and I was looking at technology and looking at what's happening in AI and how it's going to revolutionize everything from how we get our how we capture electricity, looking at the movement to solar. But most people don't have solar. They have they don't, because it's expensive, right? Solar is almost like computers were before Apple showed up. What made Apple so revolutionary over Dell or Hewlett Packard, who had actually been here longer than Apple, was just the fact that they made it accessible for the average guy. And so one of the things that I like about cryptocurrency and also the stock market, unlike real estate, which I love real estate, but you cannot buy incrementally. I mean, you can get into crowd funds and things like that. But I'm not really a fan of those things, just because I feel like the smaller guys never going to really ever see any real profit. They can just say, I owe this, hotel, but your returns on it is not going to be enough to change anything with anything. Hey, Shay. And so, it really crowdfunds, and even having too many partners, even on a real estate deal, if it's too many, depends on the project. If it's a $1 million project or 5 or 10 or $50 million project or $100 million project, well, then of course, now we can go into partners and still see significant returns. But if I buy a house, Kim, and I'm going to hold it, let's just say I buy a house for, or even a duplex. Let's just say if you buy a duplex for, let's just say, $200,000 and your monthly mortgage on it is $1,500, but your tenants are both paying $1,500 each, it's $3,000 and you pay $1,500. So your cap rate is, you're 100% of your profit, which is great. But if you got to split that by 2, it's like $750. It's like, I would have rather just did it myself. But the thing that I really like about the stock market is that you can go in incrementally. You can own a small portion. And if you are not just a long-term holder, but going in like a sniper, grabbing some shares and then turn around and selling those shares and doing that over and over again, Kim, then you can start to say, oh, wait, my portfolio is actually starting to, significantly grow. And so one of the things that we're going to do in the Millionaires Club in 2025, and the team and I have already started doing it, and I'm excited as heck about it, Charlene, is we are going to start playing in the stock market. Now, one of the things that I had to do, Charlene, is I had to pray about how I wanted to approach it, right? Because I'm not like a big chart girl. That's my husband, and I know some other people that are big chart people, and they love it. I can get on there. And honestly, I could probably trade options with my husband. He does it every day. So I don't know. I don't have an affinity to it, even though I'm very proud of him. He does very well. I've watched him over the last couple of years just get in there and be a student. And now he's like a surgeon in there. But I wanted to really play in the stock market, but I didn't want to do all the charts. I didn't want to do Fibonacci. I didn't want to do support and resistance. I mean, listen, don't hold me to it. Doesn't mean that one day your girl might not wake up and say, hey, let's chart. But that really wasn't my real thing. And then I have a girlfriend, Lee, who kills it with charting and doing well. A spiritual daughter, Marquita, kills it with charting. And again, I just did not really have an affinity to do that, but I did know that there was a lot of money to be made in the stock market. They don't trade stocks; they trade like Forex, gold, and my husband trades like binary. But I really wanted to get in, and I wanted to play in the stock market, and I actually knew we have 4 cousins in our family that trade in stock market. And so 2 are long-term holders, and then 2 get in and out of the market. And so I started talking to them and I was like, hey, why don't we do a family meeting? And so we kind of started doing family meetings, and I was looking at what they were looking at, and I was getting it. I mean, I was getting excited. I was like, oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, I'm getting excited because I'm like, I'm like, this is my wheelhouse. This I can do. And you know me, I'm not going to do anything probably by myself, except for pray and maybe a few other things. But I just know I am called to help people that look like me to play in these markets. And also what I love about the stock market is that you can do it on Cash App. Eventually, I will probably want you to open up a Schwab account and download an app that you could, do your trades on there as your account gets bigger. But for just getting started, you literally can start trading stocks with $100. So I got really, really excited about that. And so your girl has jumped in there. And so I want to give you a little snippet and some of you want to, if you want to join me, listen, I'm just going to be looking at this stuff once a week. I'm not doing it daily. That was the other thing, Charlene. I did not want to be bothered with looking at charts every day. I did not want to be bothered with that. I mean, again, this is just me, but I was just like, nah, don't want to do it like that. But I am very interested in volume, L'Oreal, and how, these companies are performing and doing. And so this is what I've learned. And so we're going to be learning together. But I'm good at it already. And so I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing. And so this is an opportunity for you guys to really, I really want to encourage you to join the Millionaires Club. I'm just going to be talking about it on the Millionaires Club. I'll come on here every now and again and just give you some free tea. Like you're going to get some free tea today. So you literally can get on your Cash App right now and trade with me. If you see how I did my analysis, if you like the analysis, could you do this on your own? You absolutely could. But I've learned anything with becoming wealthy, Joyce, L'Oreal, it really is a team sport. And you want to have several different eyes on the situation, looking at the situation and kind of analyzing, hey, why are we doing this? And the other thing is, I'm not going to be trading a lot of pairs. Anywhere from 1 to 8 pairs is what I'm going to be trading pretty much all year round. There's going to be a lot of fluctuation of movement and opportunity to make money, especially in things like Tesla with the robots, anything with AI in the AI field. And you have to be careful with looking at even just looking at the news, because, that's what happened with GameStop. There were a lot of people like, buy, but you don't want to get caught in the hype. Just because a company looks healthy doesn't mean a company is healthy. They can, be really good at all the marketing and all the fluff, and it really looks good, just like we saw that with FTX. I mean, on the outside it looked good. He had people like Kevin Costner and what's the boy, Kevin O'Reilly, who was a huge influencer. So if I just looked at that and I don't know how to really pull back the onions and look and see what the health of the company is, then I could be investing in something that they did a really good job with the fluff game. And this is what happens today. Sometimes people are driving really good, maybe even a nice house. You're like, oh, they're rich. Well, let's quantitate rich. What's the debt load versus the income load, and not just income and debt, but we really need to be looking at 3 main things: income, debt, and then also cash flowing assets. Does that entity, does that company, does this person actually have cash flowing assets? Because if anything was to stop in the income, if they don't have assets that will give them a significant ROI, then I wouldn't necessarily call that wealthy. I would call that rich. That means that they have all of the trimmings, but you really don't know if someone is wealthy or not unless the primary question, I want everybody to put this in the chat right now. The primary question is, how many assets do you have cash flowing? How many assets do you have cash flowing? That is the real thing. And why do I say that? Somebody could even be heavy on the cash. I want you all to be heavy on cash, but heavy on cash does not quantitate cash flow, because heavy on cash, I mean, you can have one thing happen, one change, one whatever, and you can go through it just like that, right? So I want to make sure everybody is heavy on the cash flow. So yeah, how many assets do you have cash flow? And that's the question down there. So let me go ahead and pull up, and you'll see this is what we'll be doing every single week, and just doing this once a week, putting in some trades or maybe selling some trades, and again, I'm just going to really go to, 1 to 8 particular companies that I'm following very closely, and then we're going to stay right there. And so let me share with you, share my screen. All right, let's see. All right, bruh, let me see here. Oh, wait a minute. All right, so stockanalysis.com is a fave for me. They have a lot of great up-to-date information. Hey, why are you doing that, bruh? Okay, do me a favor, Aisha. I'm gonna have you go to let me see, let me stop this. Let me remove from the screen. I want you to go to Facebook. Hold on one second, guys. All right, now, okay, so it's stockanalysis.com. Okay. And what I'm going to do is put in a company that I really like right now that I'm taking a look at. Let's see. So let me see, remove that. All right, let's see if this will work for me. Stop sharing. All right, let me try this. Here we go. All right. Okay, can you see it now? You see stock analysis? You see it? Okay, bet. Perfect. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at SMCI, which is Super Micro Computer. Okay, so that's one. For those of you that think you're going to be riding this wave with me, go ahead and type, or not type it down, but go ahead and just write it down so you have it, because you want to become kind of like a surgeon in this. Okay, so SMCI. So let's take a look at that. And this is a stock that I bought. And again, you can just do it on Cash App. Eventually, when you get heavy, then we can move over to Schwab. But I mean, while you're still playing with 10,000 or under, I think Cash App is fine. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at this. You see that, Maisha, up there? Super. Okay, perfect. So right now you can see the stock is $25.98. So this is what we're looking at to determine if this is something that we want to buy. The market cap is 15.26 billion. Revenue 14.94 billion, net income 1.2. All right. And then let's also pay attention to the 52-week range. The stock at the low was 17.25 and at the high was 122. All right. So we're paying attention to that. Next price target is $62. So if you bought this at $25 and it goes to $62, that's a good day. You've 3x your money. You put in 10,000, you just went to 30,000. You put in 1,000, you just went to 300. If you just start with $100, now you made $300. That's awesome, right? Nice way to make a bag. All right. So let's talk a little bit about SMCI. Super Micro Computer Inc., together with its subsidiaries, develops and manufactures high-performance server and storage solutions based on modular and open architecture in the United States, Europe, Asia, and internationally. Its solutions range from complete server storage systems, modular blade servers, blades, workstations, full racks, networking devices, server subsystems, server management software, and security software. So we know right now, everything is ran off of technology. All right, the company provides application optimized service solutions. Okay, optimize. So it's letting you know that that's what they do. I opened it up so we can see some more here. Okay. And then it tells you about the key executives. All right. So you can see our Asian brothers are heavy on here. Charles Liang, Chu Liang. Okay. Then also Joseph Chang. All right, and Patrick Wang. Okay, so we're seeing heavy on our Asian brothers, and there could even be times where you might want to go research and say, "Hey, what has he done before? How many companies has he worked with before?" Questions like, how did the company grow up under his leadership? What was his sweet spot? If you want to, because it's all about doing the research on, where they are. Okay, we see they're in San Jose, California. All right. Industry, computer, hardware, sectors, technology. All right, so that's a good little overview there. And then if you want to go even further, you can go and see, they have 5,100 employees. All right, revenue to the employees is 2.9 mil. Okay, growth 11.25. All right, sorry about that. All right, so now let's go over to the financials. Okay, so take a look at this. This is where I get so excited. All right, Brad. Look at this. So in 2024, let's actually go back. We're going to work backwards. Okay, 2020, they were revenue 33.39. Revenue growth was down. 2021, 35.57, up 6.53%. But look at this jump from 21 to 2022. Wow, that's a big, nice little jump. Now you're at 46%, 2022. 2023, they went to 37%. Look at this, 2024. They went to 109%. 109%. I just moved this. I just hit that arrow because it was backwards. But look at this growth from 2020. And then look, projection for 2024, 109. Nice. So, okay, so that's a big deal, right? Because you can see they've had really good, steady growth. Now, how long this will be for, we don't know. Let's take a look here. I want to go down a little bit. Let's go over to statistics. All right, so this is another thing that we'll be looking for, the income statement. In the last 12 months, SMCI has had a revenue of $14.94 billion and earned $1.2 billion in profits. Earnings per share, $2.01. Okay, look at the revenue here. It was $14.94, gross profit $211, operating income $127. Now let's go to the balance sheet. The cash flow was 1.67 bill. The debt is 2.17. So this is a little opposite. So really, you want to look for companies where eventually you want to see this shift. But we're not mad at this because the fact that they have that much debt, they are probably investing in new technology. Being in a technology space, you know how fast everything moves where technology is concerned. So they're probably putting a lot of that money back into innovation and disruptive things. Net cash flow 504.38 mil. That's not bad though when you look at the fact that they brought in cash 1.67 billion. All right, so those are kind of some of the things you want to look for that I'm paying attention to when I'm looking at this. Look at this return on equity 32.47. That's good. Their ownership is nice and strong. Return on the assets, 11.62%. That's good. Return on capital, 15.94. Revenue, we saw that per employee, 2.92. Profits of employees are getting paid nice, $235,000. That's nice. Okay. All right, so those are just some of the things we look at. Then let's go to forecast. Now, this gives us 14 analysts with 12-month price forecasts for SMCI stocks have an average target of $62. So that's letting us know that a lot of, not a lot, but you got the target forecast is $62. So again, that's 3Xing your money. I like that. This is still a newer company. They haven't been around as much as a Microsoft or an Apple, but their growth, a lot of times, if you can get a startup that has billions of dollars and in technology, it's an opportunity for you to make a lot of money. So let's look at this. The low was $23, average 62, up 138%, medium 45. I mean, even if it just got the 45, it's still a good day, and high is 130. This is the 12-month forecast. Okay, so this is letting us know where they think they're headed. All right, so let's go down a little bit and let's look at the latest forecast. These are some of the analysts. The Goldman Sachs analyst said, hold it. Okay, JP Morgan said sell. Matt Bryson says hold. Jim Keller says strong buy. Then he went to hold, and then George Wang is still saying hold. So we just have one person that's saying sell, okay, because he feels like it's going down to 23. You could actually hedge some of these, or that means you got to buy in or sell. I don't think I'll probably be doing that. I'll either be buying and or selling. But look at this. This takes us further out. Look at 2024, 14 billion. They increased 109%. They don't expect the growth to be as big for 2025, but 89% that's still off the chain. That's still amazing growth. And look at 2026, not as much. 2027, not as much. Okay. But again, they're in a high growth space. They're fairly a new company. So I like this. I like this kind of growth. 2020, look, they were negative 4.6. They might have just been doing, heavy on the investing, possibly. And you can do research to see why. But these numbers are really good. All right. Now, let us take a look at another company. I want to compare this to an Apple who's been around, tried and true, baby. They're tried and true one. Okay, so right now, 226. Let's look. Analysts are predicting a high of 300, low of 180. So if you get in at 226, you can still have an opportunity for some for some growth. I'm going to say, just from what I can see with Apple, I still love Apple, but I don't know if I would short-term Apple. This is a long-term hold for me. I own quite a bit of Apple shares. I've had it for a minute. This is not because they're more stable, but they have proven that they know how to ride the waves of change. And even when I look at things like the iPhone, they have it now where you can share your screen. They have it now where I could, you could give me authority to start clicking around on your phone. Their technology, the FaceTime, they went from FaceTime to multiple FaceTimes, AirPods. You keep looking at how every single year they're improving the technology. Now, sometimes we look for bigger changes in the new iPhone, but to me, the changes have been very, very consistent. And so I think this is a solid stock. And I think this is something that I would recommend holding long term. But you're not going to see the big, huge jumps. So let's look at this. One analyst said hold, somebody else said sell, Barton said strong buy, Laura said strong buy, and then Brandon said sell. Okay, I honestly think it's one of those ones you should hold. Let's take a look at the forecast. All right, 2020, let's look at this, was up 10%, 2021, 70%. 2022 did not have as much growth. 2023, very little growth. And then actually right now they're down a little bit, but look at this, 2025, they're anticipating to go back up. And then, so to me, this is a very stable stock. I like them again long term, not necessarily to be in and out of the markets, which is where my focus is going to be for the Millionaires Club. We'll be in and out, usually possibly within the 30 days. Sometimes we might hold a stock longer, depending on what's going on. We might buy on Monday and then sell the following Tuesday. All right, let's look at another one, NVIDIA, that I really like too. Let me tell you what these guys do. NVIDIA Corporation provides graphics and computes and network solutions in the United States, Taiwan, China, Hong Kong, and internationally. The graphics segment offers GeForce GPUs for gaming and PCs, all right? Now game streaming service, related infrastructure and solutions for gaming platforms, Quadro, NVIDIA, RTX GPU for enterprise, workstation, virtual GPU, software, cloud-based visual, virtual computing. So, baby, they in all the virtual streaming, automotive platforms for infotainment, right? So that means that they're the ones that are responsible for giving you a lot of information in an entertaining way, and Omniverse software for building and operating the metaverse, which is a whole nother gaming. Well, literally, there's tons of business being done in the metaverse. I actually own a lot of property in the metaverse. I was buying it. We were buying it. And I was showing people how to do that. All right. Anyway, again, a lot of our Asian brothers are a part of this team. We can see that. All right. Let's go down. You can even go and open up their filing reports. I'm not going to do that right now, but you can do as much research as your little heart desires. Let's go to look at the financials, okay? 2020, look at this. They were down a little bit. 2021, up 52%. 2022, up 61%. 2023, not a lot of earnings. We could go back and see why, right? But what I really care about, baby, is that 2024, they were up 125%. And then this year, again in July, up 195%. Good God, they doing the doggone thing. It's amazing. This is the kind of stock you want to get in. Okay. Let's go to statistics. All right. Income statement, they did 93 bill. Gross profit, 73 bill. Operating income, 59 bill. Let's look at the income sheet. Cash flow, 38 bill. Total debt, 10 bill. So that's impressive because their cash is greater than their debt. That is impressive. This is what you really look for a healthy company. Net cash, 24 bill. Not just buy this. I want you to know why. I want you to know what I'm looking at. Look at that. Operating cash flow, 48 bill. Capital expenditures, 1.8. Negative 1.8. I mean, they're heavy on the cash and low on the debt. So this is one you definitely, if you want to just grab something real quick, I would say grab it for sure. All right. And then again, they're looking at the high being 200. And you can buy it at 144, right? 12-month forecast. Oh, look at this. All the analysts are saying strong buy, not just buy, strong buy. So those are the things that we're going to be looking at to determine, hey, is this a good deal? Y'all follow what I'm saying? That's how we look at that. So you basically will get on stock analysis. I'll be getting on stockanalysis.com, and I got some other things up my sleeves as well. But you got to be a part of the club, okay? So I want to encourage you, join the Millionaires Club, JewelTanker.com. We'll be doing stock analysis and purchasing every single month. Every single month. That's the stuff we're going to be looking at. That's the stuff we're going to be looking at. So right now, if you want to, say, okay, if you want to buy something, you just got some free tea. Go and grab you some NVIDIA and go ahead and grab you some of the SMCI. And I'm not just telling you to buy it, but I'm making sure that you understand from an analysis standpoint, why am I suggesting it? Because we're going to look at the health of the company. We're going to look at the longevity of the company. In some cases, we're going to look at the CEO of the company. So if Steve Jobs was alive, if Steve Jobs went to Hewlett Packard, then I would probably be betting on Hewlett Packard, because all of a sudden Malika went from building $1 billion company at Apple. So why would he do the same thing? You said, I mean, he would do the exact same thing. So Keita dropped in there how you can join millionairesclub.org, or you can get on jeweltanker.com and join the Millionaires Club. And I think it's just like $59 a month. But I'm telling you, we're going to have so much fun. We're going to make so much money. And I'm telling everybody, start small. And that's the thing I also love about stocks. You can start with $40, $50, $100. Get your feet wet with that, because you can buy these stocks incrementally. Get your feet wet. And then you see, oh my gosh, I've gotten good. I'm really gotten good with this. We're really doing well. Then you look up and, oh, it's just $39 a month. I mean, come on. You're getting this plus tons of other great information and education and just everything that you really need to really level up. I said I was going to wait to the first of the year, which that's when I'll probably really go in heavy, but I don't know, because especially with President-elect getting on, the markets are moving. I mean, they are really moving. So I'm one of those people that, as a matter of fact, the team and I, they'll tell you, we bought yesterday. We were all in because, we're just getting ready to ramp up. Forecasting 2025 will be your best year. But literally, Demetrius, you can set goals and say, hey, I want to make an extra $1,000 a month in the stock market, or I want to make an extra $5,000 a month in the stock market. So just let's say, for example, let's just say you go in and you buy, like I said, SMCI, and it goes up, it hits $60 at the inauguration, because you better believe the market going to be moving. That inauguration, you better believe, because just the wind of us knowing who was president, the market was really starting to significantly respond to his genius, right? Praying for his other areas, but his genius is finances. And so people that understand that, I promise you, you will get ready to make more money in these next 4 years up under this administration than maybe in the history of your life. And so my thing is I don't want you just playing in one asset class. Yes, get in on the real estate, have your goals for real estate. And that's something else that we're going to be sharing with you is we are coming up. We've already come up with, their team is working on it now, a forecast 2025 in detail, setting specific goals in increments and then deadlines. And so every asset class, you should be able to say, hey, in 2025, I want to make, like I said, whatever, an additional $1,000 a month in stocks, or additional $5,000 a month, additional $10,000, additional $30,000, or whatever that is. Because again, when those stocks grow, if that account triples, then whatever amount you had in there is also going to triple. I do recommend just getting started, go in something, reasonable. You might just start with $100 in that Cash App account. And then after maybe a week or 2 or 3 or 4, whenever you're comfortable, it's your money, whenever you're comfortable. And again, we're not going to be looking at charts every day. I'm studying these companies. I'm studying the same companies, 1 to 8 companies every single month. And that's it. Oh, I do want to show you one more though. I do want to show you this. Let's see. And this is a good one too, because I kind of got my eyes on this. Okay, let me see. Oh, I gotta share it. Okay. All right. So if somebody could text me and just tell me that you do see the screen. I'm pretty sure that you do. All right. So this guy, QBTS. All right. So this is Wave Quantum. So, everything, becoming really good with buying and selling stocks is all about understanding and becoming a specialist in speculation on what is to come and getting there before everybody else. If you can see my screen, if you don't mind texting me that you see it. All right. I'm pretty sure you do. Look at this. This market cap is 383 million. They have not gotten to the bills yet, but look, the share is very small. It's a 1.6, $1.66. Okay. Revenue 9.42 mil. And look at this. The 52 low is 68 cents. High is 44. Okay, look at this. Analysts are saying strong buy. All right, so let's read what this is all about. Okay, D-Wave Quantum develops and delivers quantum computing systems, software, services worldwide. The company offers Advantage, a quantum computer, Ocean, a suite of non-open source Python tools, and Leap, a cloud-based service that provides real-time access to a live quantum computer, as well as access to Advantage, blah, blah. But check this out. This is what I want you to pay attention to, baby. The Trump-Musk effect. Can D-Quantum sustain its meteoric rise amid financial turmoil? So let's go ahead and just read into this a little bit. What do they have to say? All right, so and if somebody could text me and just tell me you see my screen, I'm sure you do. All right, so D-Quantum has experienced significant volatility driven by the Trump Elon trade app. All right. But financial struggles persist, warranting a consensus hold rating. The Trump Elon effect has fueled speculative momentum in quantum computing stocks, with D-Wave gaining 64% amid political and investor excitement, despite operational achievements and strategic. Okay, great. Thanks, L'Oreal. D-Wave's Q3 earnings reveal mounting losses, declining revenue, and significant financial distress. Investors should approach D-Wave cautiously, balancing speculative potential with the company's fundamental weakness and meme stocks. Okay, so this is definitely one to still watch, because the technology that's behind it. Now, sometimes when these articles are written too, you got to think about, sometimes it's like, who is writing it and what is their motive? And think about what happened with GameStop. Watch the movie about GameStop. I'll tell you right now, they got a lot of cussing, but it was actually good, because what happened was people were saying buy, 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 buy. Well, the big guys were mad because it was causing them to lose. And it was a whole thing. I'm not going to go into that whole thing, but this is why you want to, these are just some things you look at. D-Wave reports, third quarter showcase. But let's go back to what I really like to pay attention to, but I did want to give you a little bit of insight that they were talking about the volatility of it. And again, it's so small, you can definitely play. All right, let's go to financials. So 2020, look at these. These are good numbers. 21%, 14, 22, 14. These are good numbers. Let's go to statistics. Let's go to income statement. Revenue, 9.42 mil. Gross profit, 6. Operating income, 73, negative. That's still good. Okay, full income statement. Look at this. Cash, 29 mil. Total debt, 54. I'm not that mad at that. I would keep watching that, but I'm not so mad at that, because these guys are probably working to invest, to continue to create and find themselves as leaders in the marketplace. The question is, how long can they hold on? Do they have enough backing? Are they buying? Some of these companies start buying smaller companies that do what they do that will help them to improve. So let's just say a company is really weak in, let's just say they're weak in marketing. They might go and buy a smaller marketing company that can help to get the word out. Or maybe they're really weak in their, technical department, right? Or maybe they're the guys that are servicing these servers are not moving at the speed that they need to. So they'll go and buy a company that specializes in customer service on servers. You see what I'm saying? So these are all the things that impact what you want to watch. Okay, cash flow, negative 59 million. Capital expenditures, their expenses are also negative, right? So again, I see why they say this is a little volatile. Still could be a good buy though, because it's just $1. Okay, but we still, even with $1, we want to make good, sound choices. I'm keeping my eye on this. So look at this. The low $2, the high was $3. Okay, let's take a look here. But look at this. All the strategists are saying strong buys. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes when they be talking volatility, don't run, baby. Because everybody else, the little guy be running to me. Oh, they said it's volatile. Yeah, baby. But sometimes when it's volatile and it's new technology, and they've been kind of hanging out for a few years. I like the fact that all the analysis are saying not just buy, not just hold, but they're saying strong buy, because this is where we see things a lot of times will just shoot up. This will go from like $1 stock to like $20 at the inauguration. You know what I mean? You like, oh, so that's how you got to kind of look at everything. And so this is one that I have my eye on that's small. I have not picked up any shares on that yet, but I probably am going to. I'm just going to watch it again this week. And then again, probably next week, but it's so little. I might just go and grab a little bit just to have it. But especially as we get ready to move towards the inauguration, again, I wouldn't wait. I said I was going to start this at the beginning of the year, but I really think it's something I'm going to start probably like maybe next week or the week after, because the team and I are already in. All the team members, we're all in. Already we're in. And so I want to make sure that you guys get in. I just wanted to lay some foundational things and show you what we're about to do, what we're about to bring to the Millionaires Club. So if you're interested in being a part, and this is just a small piece of what we offer in the club, a lot of it is negotiations, mindset, all the asset classes, not just real estate, it's stocks, it's crypto. I want to make sure everybody's got their crypto account. I hope y'all have been saving Bitcoin. I've been telling y'all since 2016. And if you did, holla, you up, baby, you up. And so but now we're going to get some bags out of the stock market. But once a week, we'll be getting on and doing analysis just like this. So anyway, I'm excited to have you guys. Let's grow together. And I love you. I'm proud of you. I believe great things are here, and we're going to make more money than we've ever made, ever. These last 6 weeks are going to be supernatural, but I'm telling you, 2025, forecasting it's going to be a very, very strong year, and I want you to get all the bags. All right. So I love y'all so much. Have a good one. Bye. Join now. Hope to see y'all in the club, baby. See you.